Welcome, Capricorn. This is your monthly love scope reading for August 2015. My name is Tilly, and welcome to Tarot with Tilly, and thank you so much for all the support you give me each and every day. Let's get right to the cards. Now, we don't start off with this incredible, wonderful card. We actually start off with the Eight of Swords. But this is changing perceptions, looking at things with a new light, a new way of thinking. So maybe we need to work past anything that is or has been limiting us when it comes to our thoughts about intimacy, sensuality, passion. Maybe your focus has been everywhere but, and now it's time to revisit it. And I think it's not a choice, but it's going to happen in your life. So don't block it out when it does show up in your mind and you're starting to think of allowing sensuality into your life in some way. Desires, passion. So, I just got finished telling Sag that sometimes and I actually said it for a lot of the signs, sometimes our focus starts going in other directions, whether it is career or maybe our spirituality or our stature in the community. Maybe we're trying to start a new business up, and so we lose our focus on our love life, on our passion, on creating those sensual moments, especially if you're in a relationship. You just start going through the motions, you start going through the routine, you forget that each other is there as human beings that need and want and desire love. And we kind of somehow turn that switch off. That's one of the first switches that we turn off, is wanting those embraces and those hugs and that intimacy. Because we have the Queen of Pentacles right underneath here. Now, the sun is carved right into her chair. The angel sits next to her. She holds her well-being on her lap. So it's your perceptions in your confidence in love, or your desire to actually go for love, or your participation level in relationships and love. Whatever your thought process, I mean, you're wearing white here. So, I mean, that's beautiful because this means new beginnings. This means new perceptions, new ideas, new ways of looking at things, new ways of allowing things into our life are at the ready. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you really to realize that you can have all the love and beauty you want in your life. And I think this month could be quite dynamic, actually, by the looks of the rest of the cards. So be open. Be open to love this month. Most definitely be open to love. Um, you know what those two cards could mean too, especially the Eight of Swords, is if you have been trying to get somebody's attention and they have just been giving you the cold shoulder, or they haven't, this isn't a time to block the energy. This is the time to give them the wink, or put your flirt on a little bit, and I think they will be dumbfounded, and I think that's when they're going to say, maybe this person is somebody I could really enjoy a cup of coffee with. I don't know why the cup of coffee is so prominent in my readings this week, but I guess it's take it slow and take it steady. Enjoy the moment. Don't get too serious about anything, even though you may be going into a very serious relationship, or you're in a very serious relationship. Don't take life seriously. Lead with your heart. Okay, so this is a time not to block your energy. Okay, that maybe somebody's been trying to approach you and you've been giving the cold shoulder. Maybe it's time to take a second look and think, maybe we should have a cup of coffee together. This could be in relationships. If you're having a hard time within your relationship, or it's stagnated in some way, or your focus or your partner's focus has been somewhere else and it has not been about the beauty of your relationship and the love aspect of your relationship. This is a time when perceptions change and you meet each other again for the first time. So be open to that energy. Now, we have the Eight of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. I would almost think that that is more career going forward, but we are in a love reading, so we're going to keep it as love. Now, the Six of Swords definitely says that you are going forward. You are going forward on your path of love. There's somebody else in that boat. A lot of people have been getting this. And it does take work, right, to make a relationship work. It does take effort. It does take sacrifice. It does take energy. And so there's no motor on that boat. We know that we need to put that stick into the mud and push ourselves off in order to start going forward. So it's perhaps, especially if you are in a relationship that needs some work, that needs some tender loving care, and some of the best relationships still need that constant in our life. The minute we start to take each other for granted and we start just living our own life, um, the separation between us, you know, what was the one thing I heard once, you know, when you're getting married, right? And here you are, and so you come closer and they come closer, and pretty soon you're like this. But when times get hard, when times get where you start to get the focus in your own life and you start to separate, or you hit problems in your life or tragedy in your life, this is what happens, and you go and separate. So what you really want to do when you are coming together is to make sure that you actually intertwine, so that when you hit hardships, problems, or people are going in their own direction, that you become stronger. You become a solid force going forward, and you get through the problems, you get through any kind of bad energies or hurdles that the relationship has to go through. Keep that in mind. We have the Eight of Cups here. But things could be changing up. Things could definitely be changing up. I see you as more creative, more passionate, more full of wanting that sensuality within a relationship this month. And there's always something that you kind of have to give up in order to. So maybe it is your career, maybe it is the stature in the community, maybe you need to spend more time with your special somebody this month. Maybe you need to give them the attention that he or she deserves. Maybe you need to look at them with new eyes and realize that they are your everything, that they have been your rock to this point, so that you can go forward in your path with a beauty, with a reassurance that someone is in your corner. And we have the Wheel of Fortune here. This is closing doors, so new doors open. So maybe there's a sense of healing that has to happen. Maybe your partner has done something that you feel is unforgivable. Or there's just a lot of tension. And I see, you know, always with this card in this deck, I see that as a coin. So, you know, so many relationships fall apart because there's not enough money. You know, so you start to stress about how the bills are going to get paid, and if we're going to get that job, and how are we going to pay the mortgage this month, and how are we going to put food on the table. And that is the underlying stress. And if you got the money, would everything be okay all of a sudden? And it's something to ponder, especially if you are in a situation where money is extremely tight. Okay, make sure that your fights aren't stemming from the fear of living in poverty or not having enough, having more months than money. And then ground yourself in the realization that you have each other. Regardless of what happens, you have each other. And that will see you through so many difficult situations. You don't want to go it alone. If there's no money with that person, chances are there's no money without that person, unless, you know, it's extenuating circumstances. And then they need to get help so that you can have a beautiful relationship together. It's new doors opening, though. It could be that you've been hurt in some way in a past relationship, and so that you're not as giving or not as open in a relationship as you should be, or maybe you're not as open to meeting somebody new because of the last relationship you've been into. Okay, and it's time to heal. It's time to close that door on that pain. You know, if it was a past relationship, especially, okay, if you look back at that past relationship and what really transpired in that relationship, and you take your wisdom of today and you apply it to your actions, would you do it differently? And the minute you can say yes to that is the minute you know that that can't possibly happen to you ever again, because you know better now. You know that there is another plan, there's another path to walk, that there's another choice to make. And so don't, you know, and that's when that scar dissipates. That's when that pain is truly released. Knowing that you have the wisdom now to make the right choices going forward in a relationship. Now, over here is where I kept smiling to, and you were probably thinking, you know, well, what's over there? We have the star. So this is realizing that you can have passion, beauty, desires, dreams, and it's going through heart in order to get them. But you see it. You can feel it. And we have the world. Now, several signs have got the world, actually. It's been a popular card this month for the readings. This tells me that you have gone full circle. Okay, you are ready to enter the next phase, and obviously in love, because we're in a love reading. You're ready to take it to the next level, to the next step. So could there be wedding proposals? Yes. Could you be looking at expanding the family? Yes. Could you be downsizing the family? Yes. Um, could there be outside factors coming in to change the makeup of the relationship in some way? Maybe a new job or a new career or a business taking off, or a lack of that, or some new involvement within the community. But there's something that is definitely, you've come full circle. You've learned a whole slew of, you've gone through a whole slew of lessons in order to gain that wisdom that you need in order to go forward. And now it's time to tap into that wisdom and use it so that you can go for your dreams, your desires, your passions, the sensuality of a relationship. Absolutely. Let's find out what the angels have to say for us. So also with the Wheel of Fortune and money, you could be actually spending money, but if you are spending money, it's for the enjoyment of closeness with another person. It's for the benefit of the relationship. So it could be, you know, it could be date night, right? And so you're spending money at the restaurant and at the movies and stuff like that. I think if you go through spending any kind of money this month, you will find out maybe it's some sexy underwear for you to wear, or your partner to wear, or something. You know, it's all about sensuality. It's all about pleasure this month. It's about going forward. It's about opening yourself up, changing your perceptions, so that you can allow the beauty of love and passion to come into your life. Allow the delights to happen. And go with the flow. Think from the heart this month, truly. Think from the heart this month, and I don't think you will be disappointed in the least. Do something out of the blue or out of the ordinary, you know, jazz it up. Let's see what the angels have to tell us. The Page of Ariel. Reliable, clever, educated, and balanced. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. Okay, so for some of you, there could be scholarship money, insurance payouts, court settlements, maybe a small lottery win. Excellent opportunity will be offered to you. But since we are in a love reading, I think the excellent opportunity is the opportunity to experience love at its highest level. Time to get to work. So time to open up to that energy. So I'm not going to discount that it says, you know, that there might be an opportunity offered to you with a scholarship or education, something along those lines. I won't take that away, but I really need to switch the words around so that it fits the love reading that we're doing. And you know, it's an excellent opportunity being offered to you, and I think it is the excellent opportunity of letting your hair down, enjoying the moment, allowing passion and intimacy and love and desire to overtake the mundane things that we go through day in and day out in our world. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.